First off, this is not a DIY recipe for reviving old potting soil, so if that's what you're looking for, this will be a complete waste of time for you. This is a video about how I took a bunch of old soil that I had laying around the house, and I mixed it with some other random stuff that I had laying around the house, and I made some pretty nice looking and feeling potting soil. Because I've been focusing most of my attention on container gardening this year, I have spent $1 bazillion on potting soil because I like the really good clean stuff. I needed to pot up some new plants that I bought this weekend, and I did not want to break open yet another fresh bag of potting soil, so I decided to just walk around the house and check under the house and see what I had available to me. I found quite a bit of soil, actually, and even a couple partial bags that I'd forgotten about under the house for a couple years. I grabbed a large plastic container and dumped everything in together. I even had a bucket of clay soil that I didn't know what to do with. I did a project last year, it's been sitting there for a while, and I figured it was time to put it to use. After I dumped all of that into the container, I added a bunch of worm castings and some perlite to add nutrients to the soil because I'm sure the stuff that was sitting there was pretty depleted, and then to add a little airiness, which the perlite does a great job of. During my mixing adventures, I found some creatures. I've seen these guys a lot, but I have no idea if they're a garden friend or foe, so I picked them out and put them in a wood chip spot where they can live out their lives in peace. If you happen to know what those guys are, I would love it if you'd tell me because I see them all the time and I'm not sure if they're good or bad for the garden. I typically just leave them in place and I haven't noticed them harming anything, but if I should be rehoming them, let me know. It took a long time to mix that soil up. I broke up all the clay chunks and pulled out the rocks, and I ended up being pretty happy with the soil's consistency afterward. I mean, most of it was potting soil to begin with, but I really can't tell that there's any clay soil in the final product. After I finished mixing, I began potting up my plants. I bought a bunch of marigolds and geraniums because they have pretty strong smells that apparently deter common garden pests. I've never tried using them on this scale before, so I'm hopeful they help, because my little garden has collected a decent number of pests in its short time in existence. This was a really fun project for me. I absolutely love taking old things and bringing new life to them, so doing that with a bunch of old garden soil was extremely satisfying.